everyone, so today I have another review from Dreamstitch. Okie dokie, so today I have review, or I guess order number 2 from Dreamstitch. There is now a 4th order, so I'm waiting on order number 3 and 4 to arrive. Oops. But before I get into my Dreamstitch order, I have a little update from the last video. Right after posting my last video, I did get the replacement canvases, so I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like when you get your replacement canvases. Okay, so first thing is that they came taped together and I removed them. So let's go over the Joy Sunday one first. So this is the canvas from the Joy Sunday kit that I have received from OneDaySaving. And I did not open this kit initially because, as I mentioned, there was mold on the canvas. So this is the image. I might photocopy this through the plastic so I don't have to open it. And that way I can kind of have a photo to at least put in here. So they did only send the canvas. And I do have the floss out as well, which is right here. And I took one of the colors from it to repurpose for another kit for the meantime, because I don't know if I'm going to actually work on this one. So I took the 5200 because I was working on a sunflower vase from a different Joy Sunday kit and I ran out of that color. And so I just kind of took it because it was only, as you see, 3 strands. So I did take it, but these are the colors, and I'm still not going to open this, so all the info we're going to get is going to be from what we can see on the cover and then the canvas. So we have colors 1 through 15, if it wants to focus, 16 through 30, then we have 31 through 45. And these are really beautiful colors. And then 46 through 48. And I definitely do think I can and will repurpose these colors. Maybe, we'll see. But I just wanted to show you guys that even if I don't do this kit, I wanted to show you what it would be looking like if we were to get replacements sent. So it quite literally is just the canvas in one of these default packagings. These bags are used for many brands such as like Maydeer and stuff like that. They are not Joy Sunday packages. The only thing that makes these any brand's packaging is when they put their own logo on it. If you are familiar with Joy Sundays, they are also known as Needle Kung Fu. Many companies or websites can order these kits, the same exact kits, and put their logo on it. So that's really the only difference here. Alright, so let's look at the canvas we couldn't look at before. A little bit of a reminder that this is a 14 count, 34 by 42 centimeters. I'm really sorry that I don't feel comfortable opening this. I would love to show you the paper pattern, but I'm just not comfortable doing that. So let me find the top. There is quite a large chunk of border here at the top, and you can see it is serged. And since this is newly printed just for me, it is super crisp and clean. It is thoroughly dried. It does not feel damp anywhere. And it looks like there's French knots in here. So, looks like the legend is a bit small. I feel like they could have made it a tiny bit larger, especially where they have room here and a little bit below. Looks like we have 49 colors here. Yep, and then 2 in French knot and 5 in backstitch. Oh, yeah, so that's another issue. So at some point I am probably going to have to put gloves and a mask on to pull that paper pattern out to do the backstitch. I don't know if I'm going to do this now. But I did want to show you that they did send me this replacement canvas. And I'm actually going to go ahead and throw the floss in there with it. And then if you remember, the other one had a bunch of flowers, and it was the Yishu 9 count. The one where I was curious about if they would use the old file to print the pattern. That way my floss would still work for the kit, or if they printed it on the new fabric. So I will go grab that and we will take a look. Alright, so this is the other image that needed a new canvas. Ooh, my throat just closed off for a second. This is the other kit that needed a new canvas. And if you want to see extra details about these kits, go see my last video on OneDaySaving. So this, I'm not going to open it all the way. This is the first canvas I received. It still feels kind of like damp for some reason. So let me pick a spot. I guess I will stick to the legend being open. Let me fold it this way though if I can. So this is the first canvas, and here we have the second one. Let me open this also. So you can see they used the same printing, which is nice. So it looks like these are both on the new fabric, but with the old symbols. So, because I didn't really look super close, but this one does feel maybe a bit thinner. I don't know if that's because the starch isn't as kind of solidified on it, leading to the blurring of the symbols, but you can see here that it is pretty much, or not pretty much, it is the same. So it's like fuzzy on this one, and over here it's super crisp and clean. You can see the symbols are the same. This is the new one, by the way. This is the old one. And so it is the same print, which is really, really nice. Because that means all the floss I have will definitely work for this. Now this 9 count canvas, I am probably going to save this one since this one did not have mold on it. And I am going to hopefully one day be able to cut this to size and use my own floss and possibly, hopefully convert or stitch something in a 9 count at home, because I don't have any backup 9 count fabric. So I'm definitely going to be saving this because I think it's too valuable to get rid of. Why would I waste it? There's nothing wrong with it besides the print being a little fuzzy. But the print on this one is absolutely clean, and I do want to kind of show you the old symbols of Yishu versus the newer ones, so give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to use my custom kit to show you how the old symbols differ from the new symbols. So this is my custom photo that I got from Yishu. Here is the proof. So it is her. I did go over her when I went over my whips last, I believe. So I don't want to open this too much because I need room. Let me see if I can... I just gotta figure out how to fold this thing. 1 second. Okay, so good enough. So you can see the old symbols here are kind of more intense and neon and kind of more aggressively in your face. And the newer symbols, let me find a good, I mean, I guess I'll just show you the front. So here are the newer symbols and colors that Yishu uses. Again, Y11 because this one is an 11 count, Y9 because this one is a 9 count. But they do use different symbols. So these are the symbols you're most likely to find on the new Yishus. Let me fold it up actually, bring them close. Right. So you can see these are the old ones, these are the new ones. The new ones are definitely kind of more cutesy, soft on your eyes. And they definitely do still have some of the same symbols, like this blue dot here, the pluses and such, but they are there's more variation in it, less bold reds and oranges. So the old symbols have more reds and oranges, which to me kind of hurts my eyes a bit. It gets a little frustrating sometimes. Not always, but the new ones I definitely love because it's softer on your eyes. So I just wanted to show you that really quick, and just in case, because it's already out, and I didn't really make much more progress on this, but this is what I've gotten done on my custom so far. And I'm going to pick these up, and then we will get started with the Dream Stitch kits, which I think I have 4 of. Okay, so before we get into the actual kits from this Dream Stitch order, I did want to show you my little bag of freebies, which did include this cutie here. It's a little cowboy Labubu figurine. I did obviously open it and put it with my other ones that I got from Painting Fairy. What did you expect? But this one's by far the cutest. I don't think I've gotten one with an outfit before. So cute. Absolutely love it. So there's that, and then we have this bag of goodies here. Alright, so it looks like we get snips, these adorable pink scissors, and they're in a plastic case, and they are curved, so they punctured it a little bit, but these are, stop focusing on the background. These are curved scissors. Oh, well, guess I didn't have to open anything to get it out, but they are curved. Very nice. These are actually larger, and I like that they don't have hard metal on it, so I might switch to using these pretty soon here, because I've been wanting to use curved scissors. I've been getting in a habit of accidentally cutting a bit further than I probably should be. Oops. So we have those. We have 3 of these, which are for holding your floss. And you can also use them, you can use them as spools or bobbins to hold floss you've already opened, or you can use them to hold floss if you're doing the parking method. They do fold shut like that over your floss, and you can connect them. I have a ton of these by now. I am hoping to soon have enough to actually start storing my floss in these, because I don't have floss storage for any of my extra floss. So there's those, and then we get 2 of these. Looks like I got avocados and some sort of cute little creature here. And this is just kind of wrap for your fingers to help protect them from getting scratched by the needles, or you hitting like little pressure points where maybe your needle's pushing too much on your finger and causing pain. I think I also got one in my last order from Dream Stitch, but I forgot to mention it because I actually used it. This is the one I used in the last, or got in the last order that I have used. That's probably why I forgot about it. I was doing a particular cross stitch that was really kind of like digging at my finger. I don't remember which one. It was digging at one of my middle fingers, and like the needle kept scraping and scraping my skin, and I finally was like, okay, I'm gonna wrap it. But I don't typically use this unless my finger already hurts, because sensory issues. I don't like tight things being on me, so I just use it when necessary. But these are the little freebies that I got for this order, and let's get into kit number 1. Alright, kit number 1. What did you expect from me? Of course it's Sanrio themed. I saw it and I took advantage. So this one is a 9 count. It is called Sanrio's Little Decor World. It is a 9 count pre-stamped canvas, 70 by 90 centimeters, and it cost me $19.49. And before I get too into this and forget, I will link everything down below. I do not have any affiliation or discount codes for you to use with Dream Stitch. This is purely just me reviewing stuff that I wasted my money on because I wanted to. And because it's cute. So I'm gonna open this and let's get into it because this is stinking adorable. Okay, first things first, here's a picture without the wrapper on it. It is still quite shiny though. And so adorable, my goodness. I'm obsessed with Sanrio. Y'all know me. It looks like we get a bag of needles. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 needles. And they definitely look on count appropriate. We got a little legend card here as well. It's super cute. So it looks like we're getting 57 colors and some very funky symbols. And that's it for the back of that. Review. And we have a kind of small pattern, which I'm used to with the 9 counts from Dream Stitch and AliExpress, but this is a very lightly printed one. Here's the size near my janked thumb. But it's still easy to read. Very crisp, very clean, very cute. And I do believe that the symbols on here are going to match what is on the canvas. Right, and this is tear-proof paper, but do keep in mind if there are any like cuts or, for example, like flaws on this side where it looks like it was ripped instead of cut cleanly, you can tear from that side, so do be careful. Don't purposely try and tear these. It's just to kind of help prevent bad wrinkles and like damage to your paper pattern. So, and another downfall to this is because there is kind of like a waterproof backing on this. If you get this wet, it will spread rapidly and it will ruin the paper pattern. So you definitely need to be as careful with this as you need to be with your canvas because both can get ruined and damaged by water. Okay, it looks like this kit actually had a little goodie bag wrapped in the canvas and floss. So it looks like we get more needles, a needle threader, which is super cute. Oh, well, I guess it's just glued to the... Oh wait, no, they're different. Hold on a minute. I was gonna say, I hope that's not just glued to the flower, because I knew the flowers to have the thinner threader. So we got more snips. I'm getting quite a collection of scissors and snips at this point. More needles. And these ones also seem 9 count appropriate, but they do... They have a slightly shorter eye than the ones in the bag. So I guess if you have a preference, you can choose. And it comes with your large needle threader and a needle threader for smaller needles, which is a cute little flower. That's so cool. So we get like lots of goodies. I'm just gonna throw the baggie of needles in there as well. That is so kind of them. A little additional toolkit. Alright, let's open this canvas. Alright, she is big, so I folded her in half. It looks like we have a tag on here, which is nice. This edge is not serged because it is a salvaged edge, and it will not fray without serging. And the other edges do appear to be serged, which is also cool. The legend is fairly large and easy to read. And this is quite thick fabric, but again, that's typically because they have to starch it in order to print so cleanly and clearly on it. And so we can look at, this is the right half of the canvas, and you can tell it's very large. You can definitely tell it is hand charted. You can see all the outlines to things. It looks like there's like little blips of confetti, but nothing too terrible because there's like a red hashtag here, and I personally wouldn't jump all the way over to these two. So this one I would probably do solo. This one I might jump, but so it's not too bad. Which hand-charted kits usually aren't that bad, so And then we can see here Pom Pom Purin, and I promise he does not match the background. Those are different symbols. So here's Pom Pom Purin's little hand, and then here's the background. So they're different symbols, they're just the same color. And then Pacho, so cute. Half of Kuromi's face. We turn this over, you can see the little My Melody bubble. And then some of the tools hanging in the kitchen. It looks like a female version, or the pink version of Cinnamoroll. I don't quite remember all of Cinnamoroll's relatives off the top of my head. And then we come down and we have Hello Kitty and Kuromi, the rest of Kuromi. So that's super cute. I love it so much. And you can see how clean that printing is. Very lovely, cute little babies. All right, where'd I put the floss? Okay, behind me. And it looks like we have 2 of every set of colors. So I'm gonna show those together. And we're gonna start with 1 through 24. So just so you can see here, they are the same colors. So we have 1 through 24. Then we have 25 through 48. And then we have these little ones, which have a ton of white on them, and that's 49 through 57. Tons of 57, because a lot of these characters do have white faces, so that makes perfect sense to me. And the floss is soft. As always, absolutely love Dream Stitch. I am quite literally obsessed with buying from them. I check constantly for new kits, and if I'm being honest, the last 2 orders I only placed because they came out with, let's just say, a specific type of kit, and I will show you that at the end of this video and go more into that. So this was kit number 1, 9 count. Also, I really quick just wanted to show you how cute the bag it came in was. So cute! Alright, this is kit number 2. And this one is a bit different. This one comes in a Ziploc bag. I'm just going to pull it out right away so we can look straight at it. Alright, this is my second 9 count. This one is so adorable too. I fall in love with so many of these kits. Alright, so the info on this one is, it is a 9 count elephant girl, and she is 60 by 80 centimeters. The price I paid for her is $17.49, and I believe she is still available, so she will also be linked down below. And I just thought that it could not get any cuter. Now, I did have some reservations about buying this kit because of all of the similar colors here and the shading. I was not totally sure how it would look stitched. I think they might have an image on their website, so let me check that really quick. Okay, so they do have a mock-up of this, and I believe that's why I was okay to purchase this. I will put a photo of that on screen now for you. And they also have a photo of the canvas on the website, which is something I really love about Dream Stitch, is that they do actually show you what you're paying for most of the time. So that was her, and we did get another bag of needles with this kit. This one has quite a few, and they do look 9 count appropriate. They look like they could work for 11 count as well, but they are a bit sharper or pointier than I prefer mine to be for stitching, because I don't want to accidentally split my fabric when it comes to 9 count, and I find that blunter needles work best for me. This paper pattern is absolutely a joke. So tiny. It's regular paper, thicker than printer paper, but regular paper. And it looks like it goes up to 50 colors. And this is the top half of the image. And then you flip her, they show us all 50 colors again. And this is the bottom half. Very lightly printed as well. So I think it's just gonna be best to jump right into looking at the canvas. All right, we have another tag on this canvas. And it is serged. And we have 2 needles in here, which I'm gonna scoop out and put in that bag of needles we received, just because I don't really like needles hanging out of my canvas. And the legend is nice and large as well. Very big, but it shows like clusters of the stitches, not what the single stitch looks like. So definitely keep that in mind. And here is the printing, which is actually quite vibrant, more saturated than on the printed pattern, which is really nice. And you can definitely see the hand charting in here. And oh my goodness, that really cute elephant! I love her. This is so cute. And like just the hat on this girl, I don't know. The whole vibe of this image is freaking adorable. I obviously had to get this one. And it's not as big as my other 9 counts, which kind of helped me be motivated to get it. And that way I have smaller ones to work on because they're pretty big, but so cute. And they do have a little sample here in the photo. And I love the little logo down here too. That is also so stinking adorable. I'm gonna feel sad to wash that off. And we do have 1 salvage edge. So yes, fabric is starched. Feels like it will loosen nicely though, like very easily, which is good. And I just think they're so adorable, so cute. And I did want to apologize, you guys, if my camera is shaking. My camera is on an arm, like a metal arm. Or my camcorder, not camera. It's on a metal arm that is connected to my desk. My desk is wobbly, so when I like move, you can see my camera's gonna move too. I feel like even if I had a tripod, it probably wouldn't sit still. I'm sorry if that bothers anyone, but maybe my videos aren't for you because there's no way I can fix this unless I get a big, heavy table, which I just don't have the room for even a regular kitchen table in my studio apartment. Nor could I afford one because those things are expensive. Woo! Okay, let me just throw stuff. Okay, so that is the canvas. So cute, very nicely printed, nice large symbols. One of the things I absolutely love about 9 count is I don't have to guess what I'm looking at when my sight goes fuzzy. Bit of a different setup here for the floss. This time we have them looped instead of dropped into the card. So we have colors 1 through 18. Very cutesy colors, right up my alley. And then we have 19 through 36. And so there are no DMCs on the floss cards, but the DMCs are next to the symbols on the pattern and the canvas. And then here we have 37 through 46. Love this purple in here. And then we have 47 through 50. And this one's kind of hanging off. And on top of all that, we have some more. And they are labeled. You can see under here what number they are. I'm not going to pull them out. It's just that they do this when there's too much floss to fit on the cards. And these should open right up and fold out into the length you need. And then you can just loop it onto your card. So you don't have to measure or cut or anything, which is what I love about this, because then I don't have to have everything on the floss card at once, especially if my floss card is already heavy, because you don't want them to rip. And I'm going to pick this up. Come on. I'm actually going to leave this one in the center this time. let me put those needles in there. Okay, put the needles with the rest. Close her up. And that was the second kit from Dream Stitch. So the first two were 9 counts and the last two are going to be 11 counts. Alright, so if you remember my last or most recent Biggest Craft review, I had a kit just like this and it was listed as a Mona Lisa, and I've never seen a Mona Lisa package like that. This one came from a different company, Dream Stitch of course, also labeled Mona Lisa, same packaging. So I'm not sure if Mona Lisa has different packaging types or if they kind of like changed their branding, like the look of it and all that. But this is Mona Lisa. So, and it is in a Ziploc bag or resealable bag. Let's take a look at what I got this time, because this is the one where, this is the one I wanted from Biggest Craft, but they said was no longer in stock. And I promptly took my butt over to Dream Stitch and found it there because I knew they had a section for Mona Lisa. I'm like, if anywhere has it, I feel like it's going to be Dream Stitch. And of course, they had it. So this is the kit that is the purpose of my order. I placed an order because of this kit. Alright, so it is just regular paper, but this is the image. I'm gonna get nice and close so you guys can see it. So this is a Mona Lisa kit. And this reminds me of that Diamond Art Club diamond painting where it has like the ship and the whales in the sky. Only it's like pink and it's ships and roses. And I was like, oh my gosh, I absolutely need this. And I just was blown away that this could have been a Mona Lisa kit. I was like, I know it's gonna be hand charted because Mona Lisa's hand charted. So I bought this so fast. Let me get the details for you. Okay, so this one's called Mona Lisa Fantasy Rose Castle. It is an 11 count and it is 61 by 94 centimeters. And I paid $17.49 for it, which to me is super duper worth it. Let me see. This is just kind of like the order number or info or whatever. I'm not going to keep this. It's not relevant to me completing the kit. It looks like on the back here we have some instructions, and we go up to 42 colors. And I'm assuming lots of small patterns lately, but this is the paper pattern. Very tiny, but still clearly printed. I'll give them that. And you can just kind of see the hand charting in this as well. There you go. So just a few pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages. Yeah, so that's that. Wait, did it? Yeah, we wanted the colors. 42 colors. So let's look at this canvas. I'm gonna yoink the floss out. Oh, and I'm gonna throw stuff apparently. Hold on. Okay, apparently this Mona Lisa also came with extra goodies. More snips, so that's... my goodness. There's 4 kits. This is the second snips, I think. Or whatever. Another toolkit. This time we have a seam ripper, which you can use to pull up or tear out stitches that maybe didn't go where you put them. There are needles kind of loose in the bag. Boo. The old style type thimble, and then we have a needle threader. Okay, now let's look at this canvas. This canvas is definitely already feeling like it's going to soften a lot more quickly than the 9 counts. Whoa, what is... does this go to something? This looks like sewing thread that would be needed for something. I hope this didn't get snagged from something else. Huh. I'm gonna put that over there on my desk. That's weird. Anyways, canvas is serged. And you can see it's 224 by 365 stitches. This is, of course, a full coverage. I'm going to fold it in half to show you the legend size. We have our little sample photo here. Obviously not the greatest because it's super scaled down and on fabric. The serging does seem to cut off the DMC codes a little bit. Fabric also feels a little bit wonky over here, not sure why, but the legend is large and readable otherwise, as well as the printing. We got a few dark stitches in there, or symbols, I should say. Alright, so let me open her up and let's look at her in all her glory. Super beautiful and vibrant. Absolutely adorable roses up in here. This one's going to look gorgeous when it's done. I think this one also kind of has like a mock-up rendering, so I will put that on screen now really quick too, just in case you wanted to see what that looked like. Again, if this one is still available, I will link it down in the description box below, just because I want you guys to be able to get them too. And I do want to say, Biggest Craft was trying to sell this on discount for more than Dream Stitch is charging at regular price. So I think Dream Stitch is pretty cheap for all of these kits. So if I ever see a kit from a certain brand that I really like, I'm always going to go back and check Dream Stitch now and just make sure that Dream Stitch doesn't have it cheaper first before I place my order. But that's just me. Scrolling, and then we get down to the castle on the edge here, and then I can't tell if this is like a ship or a castle in the water, because it looks like city lines back here in the photo, and then it looks like there's like man-made islands or something coming out, but it's going to be absolutely adorable. Cute little roses everywhere. I love it. I love that it's all purples and pinks for this image. Also, like, purple and pink for the printing too, huh? So this is the full canvas. Quite large, but it's going to be gorgeous, and I know it is. Come on. Just trying to find a way to fold this up. There we go. And now the floss. So this one's kind of a bit of a mix of the first two. It's looped on the cards, but they still have two for each set of colors, which is odd, but it does make sense. I guess that is an easier way to package it. So we have here, it's too heavy to hold them both, so I'm going to hold one at a time. We have 1 through 18. Then we have 19 through 36. Super cute colors. Oh my goodness. We just slap these two together. Look how cute. Very soft floss as always. Doesn't really have a smell either. It just smells like factory to me. This one's a bit odd, so I'm just gonna smush it down like that. And then the last one, we have 37 through 42. And we have two of this as well. Super cute. Very nice, fun colors. I love the fantasy theme to this. I love the idea of like flying or space sea creatures and stuff like that, or like flying ships. So I was absolutely obsessed with this one when I first saw it, and of course I went and got that. So this is kit number 3. And kit number 4, I've actually pretty much been working on exclusively for the past 2 weeks. So I'm going to get that one, and I'm going to show you because it's the reason I made orders number 3 and 4. Alright, so this is kit number 4. Yup, bought the Labubu. This is definitely the cheapest kit I got. And it does come in this snap pouch. Very nice. Here's the full photo without all the glare. So this is 50 by 50 centimeters. It's called Labubu. It's a Labubu. But it is an 11 count. It is 50 by 50 centimeters. And I paid $9.49 for this. And I believe this order I made, a few of these orders I made using birthday money, so, but yeah, so on the back here, you can see it's kind of got cluster of the symbols. We have 33 colors in this one, and very large printing. Some instructions. It came with this card, not sure what it says, not really caring enough to want to scan it, but this was in there as well. And then we got 2 of each set of colors again. This is the second set to one of the ones I'm already using, so I just want to keep this clean and tucked away. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'm not sure what this is either. Looks like TikTok and stuff, but I don't care about this, so I'm gonna recycle that because, yeah. So, I guess there is no paper pattern to this because that is all that came in here was the legend and then the photo. So I guess next we're gonna look over the colors. So yeah, again, I had 2 of these floss cards. I'm only having 1 out right now because I've been working from it, and color number 9 ran out. I'll point out color number 9 on the canvas. So we have colors 1 through 22. And then we have 2 smaller ones. These were stapled together, so I just kept them stapled together. I just pull from the front and make sure I'm not taking from the back one. It's not as difficult as it sounds like. I'm making it for myself, I promise. But this these cards have 23 through 33. Super simple to use. Very soft floss. I've had no trouble with it so far. It doesn't tend to knot either, which I so appreciate of the floss. I'm gonna move this aside and I'm gonna show you, oh, actually first, this one also came with a little toolkit. It is just snips, more needles, and one of those flat needle threaders as well. So this one also came with it. So 3 of my kits came with scissors and snips and stuff, which is really nice because I already had that initial goodie bag with snips in it. So that's a lot. Okay. So this one I started on, this is my birthday start. Finally gonna show you. I've been working pretty much exclusively on this, but this is what I've gotten done. Well, first things first, this is the canvas. It is very soft. I've been using the little alligator clips to roll this up while I work on it. Serged, and you can see here it is 173 by 173 stitches, and a very large legend, and just like the legend on the paper, it shows a cluster of the symbols. And the printing is so stinking clear. But there's also not a whole lot of colors in here, so it's not like I'm struggling to differentiate the different symbols. But this is what it looks like. And you can see I have gotten the body. I got the body done. So I got all of the hands up to the bow, the fingers. I got some of the teeth done up here. not outlined, but some of the teeth done, and then some of the shading on the inside of the head. I plan to start working up over here later, and then do some of the 18 here, just kind of work my way up that, or I am going to completely start with the nose. I got some of the nose done as well, the eyes, and outline the face, and then fill in the face, and then move to the outside, but I plan to do the background very last. I'm gonna go do the strawberries, and then do the background. But this is turning out so cute. It is a little bit different from the image, which I don't mind. You can see here comparison. So the shading color in the pink doesn't look as prominent in real life as it does on this image, or this is not varied as much in real life as it looks on my camera. And these, the light color here versus the outer arm, do not look like they blend as well in real life. They look a bit obvious. And it's not in this image either, but it is here. But that's okay. And then I also noticed that, and I know this is like stupid things, they obviously gotta make these changes. There's 3 lines here, but up on this, there's 4. That's just an OCD thing. I still absolutely love this. I think this is coming out really, really cute. Like, look at that little boo-boo. It's gonna be so adorable. Let me flip it over so you can have a better idea of how much I've done. See, this is how much I've done. So cute. And then I said I would point out color number 9 for you. And I believe, let me just double check. Okay, yeah. So right here is what color number 9 looked like. And I believe I don't have any more of color 9 to stitch, which means the second card with color number 9 is completely untouched. That will be saved floss. So I had enough to finish stitching color number 9. I think there's one more color that I am pretty much almost done stitching with. And I believe that is color number 24, which is right here, this pink in the bow here. Because there's only a tiny bit up in here, and then little itty bitty flecks throughout the strawberries. So I believe I'm gonna have a fair amount of that color left over as well. So to me, that does tell me that I have more than enough floss to stitch my floss consuming method and still have leftovers. But yeah, this is the one I've been obsessed with lately, and why I placed 2 more Dream Stitch orders, because I saw Mona Lisa came out. This is not Mona Lisa, by the way, but Mona Lisa came out with a Labubu one in a 14 count. Ordered it, and then some other brand the other day, I think yesterday or the day before, came out with another Labubu kit, and I think it was 9 count. Got it. I think it's a 9 count, actually. I went to double check. Yes, it is a 9 count. So I'm gonna have a total of 3 Labubu kits, and that's just my current fixation right now, okay? You know, we all have preferences. I like cute, ugly things. My boyfriend wanted to ask if that's why I liked him. I say nothing. No, he's adorable. But, yeah, so that was the 4th kit I got. And I'm so happy about it. I've absolutely been in love with working on this. It's been easy. I haven't felt pressured. It's been really nice to unwind and work solely on one kit that I really felt passionate about, instead of forcing myself to filter through a ton. I am gonna try stitching on more of my Painting Fairy kits. I did stitch a little bit last night on the Hedgehog. I color completed, I believe, 2 or 3 colors on the Hedgehog since I did my Let's Get Stitchy. And I want to work more on the Disney one, but my heart wants to keep working on this. So besides Painting Fairy, I'm probably going to be sticking to this for a while. Sorry to Beartown and such, but I want to work on this while I have the motivation, because that is when I get the majority of my work done on any kit. So I'm going to pick this up, and I will be right back. Okay, well, those were the 4 kits I got from Dream Stitch for order number 2. I hope you enjoyed what you saw here today. There were a bunch of cute things and then a more serious type art style. Let me know which one was your favorite. And if you've ever purchased from Dream Stitch before, what brand is your favorite from them and what count do you like? I really enjoy the 9 counts, but honestly, if they keep coming out with really cute 11 counts from Mona Lisa, I'm going to keep buying those too. And thank you so much for sticking to the end of the video with me. I love you guys so much. You know what to do. And I will see you in the next one, which I think is probably going to be another Dream Stitch. Yeah, but I'm going to try and do another Stitch with me, or Let's Get Stitchy before then. So I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Love you. Bye.